Welcome to today's news discussion. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Sean. We're covering the devastating earthquakes that hit Venezuela recently.
Let's start with the latest numbers on the impact of these earthquakes. The reporting indicates that at least 164 people have lost their lives.
That's a significant number. Were there any initial warnings or predictions about these earthquakes that could have prepared the population?
According to the articles, the earthquakes were among the strongest to hit Venezuela in over a century, with magnitudes of 7.2 and 7.5. The U.S. Geological Survey warned of potentially heavy casualties and extensive damage.
So the quakes were very powerful. Did they cause widespread destruction beyond just the immediate epicenter?
Yes, the earthquakes were felt throughout the region, and buildings collapsed not just in the epicenter area, but also in the capital city, Caracas. The reporting mentions that thousands were reported missing and nearly 1,000 people were injured.
That's a huge humanitarian crisis unfolding. Have there been any major rescue efforts or international responses mentioned in the coverage?
Venezuelans are searching for survivors beneath collapsed buildings, and rescue teams are racing to the hardest-hit areas. The interim president, Delcy Rodriguez, has declared a state of emergency, which includes closing the airport and metro services due to infrastructure damage.
Declaring a state of emergency indicates the severity of the situation. Can you tell us more about what this declaration entails and how it's affecting the response?
The state of emergency allows for a more coordinated response to the disaster. It includes measures like shutting down transportation to ensure safety and facilitating rescue operations. Classes have also been canceled due to the damage.
That makes sense given the scale of destruction. What's the latest on the rescue efforts and the condition of those affected?
Rescuers are working to reach the hardest-hit areas, and there's a significant effort to locate survivors under the rubble. The reporting suggests that the death toll is expected to rise as rescuers reach more areas.
The situation sounds dire. I noticed earlier reports mentioned lower casualty numbers. Can you walk us through how the numbers have evolved?
Initially, the reports indicated at least 32 dead and over 700 injured. However, as more information came in and rescuers accessed more areas, the numbers were revised upward to at least 164 dead and nearly 1,000 injured.
That's a significant increase. Were there any specific challenges mentioned in the rescue efforts, like access to certain areas or infrastructure issues?
The articles mention that the earthquakes caused widespread damage, which complicates rescue efforts. The closure of the airport and metro due to damage is a significant logistical challenge.
It must be incredibly challenging for the rescue teams. Can you tell us more about the sequence of the earthquakes and how that affected the impact?
The earthquakes struck in quick succession, with a 7.2 magnitude quake followed by a 7.5 magnitude quake less than a minute later. This back-to-back nature likely exacerbated the damage and casualty numbers.
That's terrifying. The rapid succession would give people little time to react or seek safety. Were there any tsunami warnings issued due to the earthquakes?
Yes, the reporting mentions that a tsunami alert was triggered for several countries in the Caribbean region following the earthquakes.
So the impact wasn't limited to Venezuela. Neighboring countries were also on alert. What's the latest on the overall response and recovery efforts?
The response is ongoing, with a focus on rescue operations and assessing the full extent of the damage. International support and aid are likely to play a crucial role in the recovery process.
As the situation continues to unfold, it's clear that this was a major disaster. The scale of destruction and the number of people affected will require a sustained response.
Absolutely. The reporting emphasizes the need for continued support and aid to address the humanitarian crisis unfolding in Venezuela.
Well, that's a comprehensive look at the situation. Thank you for walking us through the details, Sarah.
Thank you, Sean. That's all for today's discussion. Goodbye.